Kiké, good to see you, dude. You holding off the hounds right now?
Yeah, holding off the hounds and the kid.
Which one barks louder?
Depends on the time of the day.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so how's life? Well, let's see. I want to actually start with the trip back to Boston because we haven't talked since then. So,
hey.
Sí, papá y Penelope. Don't hang up. It's okay.
Yeah, don't hang up, Penelope, please.
That's her favorite thing to do. Hang up.
Well, because so correct me because the niece and nephew do this. They'll be watching a show on mom or dad's phone, and then a call comes in, and they're like, "Nope, watching the show." The red button gets rid of them. Is that the strategy there?
Pretty much. She loves calling people on FaceTime, and as soon as people answer, she'll hang up. She wants to see people.
Hello.
Hola.
It's like, whoa, this is more intense than FaceTime. There's graphics and a ticker.
But yeah, she discovered this new app. It's a streaming video one. It starts with a Y, and it ends with tube. And she discovered that it has a kids version. So she's pretty obsessed with that. So we can't even say the word at the house anymore.
I'm the same way. I have two young boys that we're not allowed to use that word, and they're only allowed to watch it when they're in the car on a long trip. So otherwise, they're obsessed.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Mom is by herself a lot while we're on the road, so sometimes she needs an emergency YOU tube, So she lets her have it on the phone. She doesn't know I have it on my phone, so we're trying to keep it in the low.
We have that emergency
for the most
every day. Every day.
That's for the most part, she's
that is. Maybe she's a big Foul Territory fan.
She might be an FC fan. I mean, she's got the $1 million smile going. So
don't hang up.
Good defense going on right now. All right, so we'll see how you can do with this is like basketball. We'll see how you can play here while you fend off multiple friends at home. So okay, Boston first off, because I know we got a tight window. Tell me about how that trip was back, because obviously you go back there pretty soon after leaving there, but you're with the OG squad here. Not just for you, but also the Mookie Betts experience was a big deal out there as well.
Right. I think, I wasn't necessarily nervous. I was kind of anxious. I wanted to see everybody. I wanted to be back. It was kind of like the first time being back somewhere that I had spent some time before. I got to go to Houston the year after I got traded, and I was only there a month. And same with Miami. I got to go to Miami my first year with the Dodgers, and I was only there for like 6 weeks. So it wasn't necessarily the same. When I was with the Red Sox, I never got to play the Dodgers, so I never got to see those guys. And it was my first time going back to a place where I had been some time, and it was awesome, man. I got to say bye to a lot of the people that I didn't get to say bye at the time of the trade. I got to see a lot of familiar faces, but lucky for me, there was a bigger fish making a comeback, and all the attention went that way. So it was perfect. It was perfect for me because I was able to stay on the low, and it was Mookie's comeback tour, and of course Mookie went out and did his thing.
What did you think about the video / multi-video tribute that the Red Sox did for probably a guy that should have been a generational talent there?
It was great, man. It was great. First class organization, and they did their thing with the video, and then of course Mookie went on the field and did his thing afterwards.
But do you think they should have put Brazier in there too?
Yeah, was Brazier in that video with Mookie?
Brazier was in there.
Yeah.
Why don't they do it separate?
Why didn't they do two separate ones?
Give me, one inning, one the other, or Brazier later on in the game. They put them together.
Hey, I play a lot of positions. That's not one of the ones I play. So.
True.
That's fair.
I didn't even get a video.
Well, yeah, that was what I was kind of alluding to too. What's the deal with that?
I don't know. They gave me an Instagram post that counts, right?
No.
And they gave you a bobblehead, Kiké. They
gave me a bobblehead after I got traded.
Yeah.
No.
See, the Dodgers, when I left the Dodgers, they retired my number, and the Red Sox do a bobblehead after I leave.
That is incredible. I love it.
That's fair. That's fair.
She likes looking at herself.
Oh, you're a star of the show here. She's gonna get a lot of attention here. All right, I want to ask you about
Nobody, no.
No buys.
Okay, bye, no.
not yet. Give us 5. Give us 5. All right. So I wanted to ask you about Walker Buehler. He was coming back. I don't. Obviously you know him well from. I don't know if you've spent a lot of time with him recently or how tight you're with him, but what insight can you give us on like how that was for him personally? Because he's working his way back. He's a game or two in that like. He's one of those dudes in our generation that's like known for his like clutchness and playoff prowess and what he's done with you guys in the playoffs. So like, how bummed were you personally, the team, and what have you spoken to him?
I mean, me personally, I was super bummed. Been looking forward to play behind that guy for a while now, and from what I hear, I think his the plan was for him to be out all year, and the idea of coming back this year was his own. He wanted to come back, and he wanted to be in a position where he could give his innings in October, and that tells you who Walker Buehler is. He's one of those guys that's the ace of a rotation, but come playoff time, he rises to the occasion every single time. He takes the ball in short rest. He's got a great arm. He's got great stuff, but man, it's Tommy John surgery, and it's the second one. It's not like it was like a little scope to clean out some bone chips or anything. It was a major surgery, and it was a second one, and just the fact that he was able to put himself in a spot where he could at least make some rehab appearances. It's more than the team expected, I think, and he's super bummed. But at the end of the day, he's got to look out for himself too, and next year is a big year for him. He can put himself in a great position to go out there in free agency and get what he's worth. And we're human, and our health comes first. And like I said, he's recovering from a major surgery, and for him to want to be there for us in October just tells you all you need to know about him and the competitor and the teammate that he is. And unfortunately, he's not going to be back this year, and of course he's super bummed about it, but he's in good spirits, and that's what it's all about.
With some of those injuries you have, especially to that pitching side, do you use a series like Atlanta where you see, it's kind of like the playoffs? Do you talk to those young guys? I know the Dodgers have like this perennial, contender, but in the September series against the Braves, it feels like a playoff atmosphere. Do you talk to those young guys and be like, hey, this is what it's going to be like, but even more intense? Do you use those moments to kind of show some of that youth on the pitching side how to handle those situations?
Not necessarily, man. At the end of the day, it's a regular season series. I'm a big believer in not making like things bigger than they are. I mean, if you make this series in September a super big deal, especially literally the first 2-3 days of September, you make it that big a deal. Come October, you face those guys. The magnitude is going to be that much bigger. The moment is going to be that much bigger. And I think to be able to succeed in October is just to play the same game you played for 6 months and not let the moment get too big. So, I mean, we cruised through August, man. I think we lost 4 games all of August. One of them might have been the last day of the month against the Braves. So September hasn't been that kind to us, but I think every good team needs to get punched in the face every once in a while to get to. Sometimes you need a rude awakening, and it seems like we're getting that. We're going through a rough stretch schedule wise. We went to the East Coast for a week, and we got a night getaway day in Miami, and then we get to DC late, and we get three rain delays. It was tough, but we gotta fight through it, and it's part of the grind of the 162 season, and figure out how to win tonight, win tomorrow, and then get a much needed day off on Thursday. But to your point about talking to the young guys, I think it's one of those things that you just see it happen, and And if you see that a conversation needs to be had, then you go out of your way to do that. But I think you need to find out who the guys are, how do they carry themselves, how do they handle themselves, and you can say big moments, and we go from there.
That's beautiful. That's what I was going to follow up with is like some guys handle it differently that you don't have to approach anything. You can just let them shine when the lights are brightest. That's good to be able to recognize that each guy kind of has his own thing. Is there anybody in particular that you see? I'm thinking on like starting pitching wise that could step up in those moments and have themselves like somebody I should be looking for to shine really bright.
I mean, Bobby Miller.
Yeah.
Before Bobby got the ball, Emmett Sheehan. I don't remember if it was game 2 or game 3 against them, of the 4-game series, but he dealt, man. He for 5 innings, he dealt. He gave up the homer with the aluminum bat to Acuna on a 3-0 count. But he made pitches, man. He made pitches all night, and he had him in between all night long. He had special fastball, and he has a couple of off-speed pitches, and it almost seemed like they were guessing all night long, and they couldn't figure him out. And he did a great job. I think that was his first start back since he got optioned. One of the first days I got to the team, and that was super refreshing to see Emmett doing that. And then Bobby, guys told me during the series that Bobby pitched really well against him in Atlanta, and then he takes the mound again on the day game at Dodger Stadium, and I think he went 7, gave up 1 or 2 runs, and they were like on solo shots. So we needed a big outing from him because we were about to get swept at home on a 4-game series, and he provided that. And from hearing that he did the same thing in Atlanta, it's good to know, and you can tell by the way he carries himself on the mound, and that he's got that dog in him, and he's a guy that reminds me a lot of Walker for many reasons.
Hey, Kiké, we're not going to go over, obviously, the situation off the field, but you played with Arias for a while, and I know that, Doc talked about him yesterday, and they cleared the locker out. Just for you guys, just on protocol, like, does the team talk to you about, hey, this guy's not going to be back, or is there anything that goes on behind the scenes with a teammate that's, going through a situation off the field?
We know absolutely nothing, man. We know what you guys know, and I'm being as transparent as I can be. We know absolutely nothing. We know what's out there, and we haven't been talked because the team doesn't know. The team is waiting to hear what's happening, and it's a very unfortunate situation for us, for him, for the victim, and hopefully we can get some clarity here in the near future. So,
if the Red Sox had made a video, what would the video have been, and who would have the music have been? What kind of music would you want behind your Red Sox? Would it be you dancing? Would it be you making some sick plays? Would it be you hitting some dingers? Or what would it be?
There was not a lot of dancing in Fenway. The dugout is way too small.
Okay.
My dance moves are super big, and there's not enough room to do that in that Fenway dugout. But
okay.
I made some nice defensive plays my couple of seasons there, and I had some big moments offensively, especially in October of 21. So I think those videos could have been used, but I get it, man. There's like proposals every day at Fenway. Like there's a lot of things that they need to cover. So, I mean, like I said, it was a perfect situation for me because all the attention went away from me. It was not about me coming back, not one bit. It was more about Mookie, and that was the perfect case scenario for me.
But what song? I need a song. What song would you have wanted them to play?
More than likely, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Some Puerto Rican music, because the Puerto Rican fan base is already pretty upset about the fact that I got traded on Puerto Rican night at Fenway Park. The same day, I had to put out a statement telling the Puerto Rican fans to please don't burn the stadium. It was a total coincidence. It had nothing to do with it being Puerto Rican night, but yeah, it was.
No, that's good. Hey, you can do what your daughter wanted to do like 15 minutes ago. Just
off.
Smash that end button.
And
right there. We got
crayons, and she's breaking crayons so that I give her attention. But I'll be able to.
It's all her. It's all her. All right. You hit the end button. Good to talk to you, dude. Good to catch up. We'll catch you in a few weeks.
Good
All
to see
right.
you too. All right, sounds good, guys.
Cheers.
Talk to you later.
PK.